There's some rain coming through. We expect rain soon. Rain is close. The session has been declared wet. No sign of this rain stopping. Rain is clearing up. Rain should be gone for now. Nothing but sunshine all day.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
In the golden haze of Southern California, where palm trees sway and the ocean whispers tales of speed, a legend awakens. This is no ordinary stretch of road. This is the Long Beach Grand Prix Circuit. 1.968 miles of unforgiving pavement, 11 corners that test the limits of driver's precision, courage, and control. From the sweeping arc of Turn 1 to the hairpin finale, every inch of this street course demands respect. Born in 1975, forged through decades of racing history, Long Beach is more than a circuit. It's a proving ground, a cathedral of speed, and when the lights go green, it becomes a symphony of chaos and glory. Welcome to Long Beach, where legends are made one corner at a time. Tonight, will we see some more legendary action? The Apex This MX5 series, week number 3, brings us into Long Beach, California. Take a look at our conditions. There's 79-degree air temp, 94-degree track temp. Relatively pleasant day to be doing some MX5 racing. Welcome aboard. This is Racer Nexus. I am Rob Campbell. Again, this is week 3. So this is races 5 and 6 of our 24 race season coming at you here this evening. Our drivers just finishing up with practice, and then they'll be heading off into qualifying in a matter of moments. But first, let's get a little in touch here with our channel sponsor, Apex Sim Racing. You can find yourself a 5% discount code in the description of the video below. They carry everything from sim rigs, wheelbases, wheels, button boxes, accessories, seats, basically anything you need to get up and running to get yourself into sim racing. They even carry PCs too as well, especially built with the requirements that you'll need to do some sim racing. So have a look at them. You'll find a nice little discount code for them too as well. And the referral link, it'll help you, help us, help you, help us, help you, help us, you know? And then, of course, this week, again, Track Cams for Gourmet will be providing the camera action we see here this evening at Long Beach. And what a spectacular looking track it is. Probably one of the best looking tracks on iRacing as far as racing goes. It can be a little heavy as far as computer equipment goes, a little strenuous on your equipment, but should be a ton of fun here this evening. Practice just finishing up. Qualifying about to kick off here. But first, let's take a look at our championship standings coming into this one after 2 weeks, 4 races. In the mid-pack Larry side, also known as our amateur side of things, Kent Kruger, the chief admin, coming into this race, leading the way, 65 points just ahead of Aaron Sunday. Sunday 2 points back in second place. And look at that logjam for third place. Joshua Smith currently holding on to third place with a tie with Christopher Diaz and Uwe Hale. They've got a nice gap over Philip Poole in 6th. Benjamin Dewar in 7th. Derek Tyndall, Chris King, and William Steering going to round out the top 10 on our amateur side. Over on the pro side of things, we've got Kelly Greenhoe lead the way, although Kelly not here this week. He's off doing some mountain climbing. Saw his pictures earlier online. He will be back for the Tuesday night race. Brian's not here either. So 2 of our top 3, and I'm having a quick look. I don't think I've seen Joshua Soto in session either. So it looks like Jonathan Cooper, our fourth place driver, and Brian Lemke, our 5th place driver. Opportunity for those 2 drivers to move up into the standings and gather some points, while our top 3 are not here this evening. So we'll see how that works out for them as we hop on board here with Michael Chase, currently out putting in his qualifying attempt. Just to wait for a couple of drivers to come around and put a time up on the board, as we have just kicked off a qualifying session. Like Michael Chase might be our first driver that is going to put a time on the board for us. Actually, no, it looks like he's just finishing up his out lap. So we'll still have to wait another moment here for a driver to come across, as he's going across the line now to start timing and scoring. While he does that, let's take a look at our format. 2 20-minute races. The top 4 finishing in race number 1 will invert for race number 2. So 4th place will start on the pole for race number 2. They get 1 fast repair in each one of these heat races. Once they reach 8 incident points, they will have to pass through the pits for a drive-through penalty, which the pit road here at Long Beach can be very treacherous as far as your finishing conditions. Such a long, slow run through the pit lane here. It's really, you don't want to do that. 8 drop races out of the 24 races, which is 12 weeks, 2 races each week. And that'll get you to 24 races. So as I mentioned, this is week number 3 at Long Beach. Let's take a look at the schedule, see where we're heading next week to Okayama, off over to Japan after a couple races here in the North American side, the United States of America more specifically. Okayama next week. Then we head back to the U.S. for VIR and Sonoma rounds 5 and 6. Then we kick into the second half of the season. Spa going to start us off at round 7. Suzuka in round 8. Road America in round 9. Daytona Interlagos, which is in Brazil. And Sebring going to round out the 12-week 2 race per night session here. So should be a ton of fun. We're on board with Michael Chase still. He's coming into the final corner. Looks like he's going to be our first driver to put a time on the board. We'll see how that works out for him here. Might have been a little bit of a brush on the inside wall that might have negated his lap time. We'll have to see here once he crosses the line if it actually registers or not. Across the line he goes, and to the top of the standings for Michael Chase, 133.1. That's going to put him half a second up ahead of Jonathan Cooper. Cooper currently sitting in second place. We go on board here with Coop. Coop, strong showing in practice. I would look at the practice times. Towards the end, he got himself up near the pointy end of the field, so he'll be trying to do that again here in qualifying. Right now, second place, not a bad showing for Coop right now. We'll see if he's able to improve on that as he's coming around. Still putting in that time. Corey Mitchell, a driver who has had a, I'm going to say it for Corey's sake, a dreadful season so far. He has had basically DNFs in, I think, 3 out of the 4 races so far this season. So Corey looking for a strong showing here this evening. No doubt we'll see how he does a little later on, but let's go on board here with it. Stan Hammonds in the Coca-Cola Sky Lounge machine. Stan also providing us with a driver cam this evening. So we go on board here with Stan. Let's go right up into the roof as we take a lap around with Stan into turn 2 and 3. He goes up and around the fountain. You try to hold it tight, get up on the curb. Oh, almost a little brush to the wall there. I think he was able to just avoid the wall. He's continuing. This is a tricky section. Those raised curbs in certain cars will get real unsettled. You see Stan had to throw a bunch of steering correction into it there, not to get that car loose into the heavy braking section of turns 6 and 7, hard to the left. Trying to get back into the throttle as quickly as he can. Try and get himself a nice lap here into turn 8. This is a little bit of a blind entry here. You get that right side wall that has a sharp kind of edge that just juts out a bit. I've lost track of how many times I've seen drivers come through there, tag that wall, and it just rips that right front tire right off the car. But Stan able to navigate through into turn 9 and 10. 2 more corners to go here, and this lap will be wrapped up. He's currently Stan sitting on top of the qualifying standings. Last time by was able to knock Michael Chase down at a top spot. Let's see if he's able to improve this time as he's heading to the line. Out of the final corner, got a little squirrely. Almost tapped the wall there. We'll see if this lap is going to count for Hammonds. Cross the line he goes. Last time 133.10. This time 133.88. Unable to improve on his time, but luckily for him, he's out front. Michael Chase down the back stretch. Looks like he's going to bail on this lap here. Mark Miller wrapped up in a little bit of an incident last week for Mark Miller on the back stretch. He, I believe it was Ty Johnson. Who else was involved? Kelly Greenhoe, I think, was involved in that too as well. Sean Teeter, 4-car pileup heading down the back stretch at Road Atlanta. Miller across the line, got himself up into 4th place, half a second back of Stan Hammond. So nice showing right now for Mark Miller. He'll be, I'm sure, happy with that qualifying attempt so far. Let's take a look back in our mid-pack Larry's. Our championship leader coming in this one, Kent Kruger. Currently got himself in 11th place. That's also 2nd highest AM driver right now. Kruger just ahead of fellow admin Corey Mitchell. Actually, only 1/100 separating those 2 drivers, Corey Mitchell and Kent Kruger. So tight battle here amongst these 2 drivers. Let's go on board here with Kent right into the cockpit. See him working that wheel in and around the fountain. Navigating through turn 4 and 5. Just the tight little right-hander sweeping to the side to gather it up. Make sure you had the car settled back underneath him. It's a problem. You can get into the throttle a little too early there, and the next thing you know, the back end is wanting to step out and around on you, but can't able to keep that car underneath him as he's heading down to the short little chute between turns 7 and 8. And he'll head down the back stretch. Looks like this is shaping up to be a decent lap right now for Kruger. So he was able to keep it all the way to the line. As I mentioned, currently sitting in 11th place. The 2nd highest placed AM driver right now is Derek Tyndall, our top AM driver, currently sitting in 8th place. Up onto the curbs, Kruger goes, trying to shorten the track as much as he possibly can. Into the final corner now for Kent. He's going to whip it around to the right-hand side. And now the dash to the line. Currently sitting on a 134.44. We'll see if he's able to improve. That was his last lap by, was his quickest lap. Let's see what the clock has for Kent this time by. Across the line he goes with a 134.37, able to improve a little bit. But unfortunately for Kent, he's not going to pick up another spot. But he's going to place himself a little bit farther ahead of Corey Mitchell. Speaking of Corey Mitchell, looks like Corey, the meatball flag. I was saying Corey probably wanted to have a little better race that he's had so far this season. Getting meatball flags in qualifying isn't going to be the way to do that. So see if Corey has a little better outing in the race. Roman Bykoff, the Coors Lightning Machine, currently sitting in 9th place. He's going to head to the line here. Let's see if he is able to improve. He does. 133.90, going to get himself up into 8th place. So nice effort there by Roman Bykoff on the last lap. Oh, Derek Tyndall, our top-ranked AM driver, just throwing it out of turn 5, letting it all hang out. It's going to be tight whether this lap is going to be able to get completed for him. But we got to take a look at this helmet that Derek's got. Let's see if we can get a shot of this. Look at that. What was his name? Gray Skull from He-Man helmet. What a helmet there by him. Well done, Derek Tinto. Love it. As I mentioned, running out of time. The clock going to tick over to the 10-minute mark. So this lap, unfortunately, not going to get on the board for Derek Tyndall. He's going to have to settle with the position he's got. So once timing and scoring clicks over here, we'll have a look at how our cars are going to grid up. There we go. Stanham is going to take top spot away from Michael Chase. Brian Lemke in 3rd with Mark Miller starting in 4th. Joseph Marr jumps up into 5th place, knocking Jonathan Cooper down to 6th. Roman Bykoff into 7th. Aaron Law in 8th. Our top AM driver, Derek Tyndall, in 9th. Sam Swan going to start in 10th with Kent Kruger and Corey Mitchell in 11th and 12th. 13th place goes to Caleb Aguilar and Sean Teeter in 14th. Spencer Bodway in 15th. Aaron Sunday going to start in 16th. And for some reason, my grid is acting up. I'll have to say I got fixed in between the races. But we've got Michael Schmidt in 17th. Joshua Smith in 18th. Philip Poole and Uwe Hale in 19th and 20th. Dylan Farster and Juan Pablo in 21st and 22nd. Chris King in 23rd. And Juan Colmenaro. Going to round out our 24-car grid. So nice attendance here this evening. Long Beach, one of those tracks that a lot of drivers either really seem to love or hate. So it's not surprising that we're a little down from the 30-car grid, but 24 cars at Long Beach is just about perfect. Enough room for all these drivers to navigate through the tight corners, and it should be a ton of fun here this evening. We're just waiting for a couple more cars to grid up. Again, 20-minute race here. We'll be getting underway shortly. Top 4 will invert for heat number 2. There'll be a short little, I believe it's 3-minute warm-up. Kent has knocked it down from the 10-minute we had in week 1. So I believe it is a 3-minute break in between turn heat 1 and 2. And then we'll be getting going for heat number 2. So just wait for Juan Pablo Byfield and Chris King to grid up, and then we'll be getting going here. So the lights are out. Pace car pulling away. So that's going to do it here. Looks like those two drivers are going to have to start from the pits if they wish to join us. John Board here from the pace car, having a look back at Hammonds and Chase leading the field around. We just heard, you didn't hear it on the broadcast, but I could hear it here. Kent Kruger reminding the drivers we're going single file through the start of this race. So to try and lessen incident out of the final corner before the green flag, they're going to go single file through, and then they will double file back up after that. Long Beach is one of those tracks where you can get overzealous drivers when you're not going double while through and really cause some carnage in that final corner. So it's nice to see we're going single file, but unfortunately if you're a little farther at the back of the pack, once that field gets going out of the final corner, you lose a ton of time. But again, that's why qualifying is so important here. We're getting ready to go. See our car is bunching back up here, and then we'll be getting ready to go start the first 20-minute heat. Hammonds and Chase going to lead them away, waiting for that green flag to drop. There it is, and we are off. The Angry Bees chase down into turn one. Looks like Hammond's going to get that hole shot on the outside. Chase fighting back though, not ready to give up that position so far. Let's go on board here with Lemke currently in behind Hammonds as they rush into turn two. So Chase going to try and go around the outside. Hammond's defending the inside. Up on the curb he goes. Front of our pack, going to get through, heading into the fountain. Oh, we've got Carnage in behind. Kent Kruger. Looks like he might have been involved. He is. Aaron Law is around. Unfortunate start for our AM leader, championship leader. They got through turn one okay, but it all kicked off in the fountain section. We'll have a look at what happened there in a moment or two once the field gets a little steadied and stagnant out here. On board here with Hammonds, have a look back. Chase thought about diving up the inside. He's going to back out. Hammond's going to hold on to top spot for now. Down the back stretch they go for the first time, 2 by 2, a little farther back in the field. See the whole field rushing by the cam. Stan Hammonds into turn 9, leading the way from pole position. Open up a little bit of a gap now over Michael Chase in second place. Brian Lemke right there too as well in third. Mark Miller got himself in fourth place. Top 5 still for where they qualify. And then we go back to Roman Bykoff, who's up 1 spot. Well, it looks like Corey Mitchell again getting involved, and it's out of the final corner. So he's got it straightened back up, and he'll continue on. It might have been Cooper and Mitchell involved. We'll take a look again and see what happened between those two drivers. First, we have to go back and take a look at what happened to Kent Kruger and Aaron Law. Let's take a look here first. Aaron Law, the green car on the inside. That's Corey Mitchell, the red car to his inside. This looks like Aaron Law gets through it first. Oh, just got squeezed out a little bit there into the wall. Kent Kruger, unfortunately, nowhere to go. Let's see if we can maybe go for a chopper cam here to see a little better. Not sure who that was. Went way up the inside there around Kent Kruger. Oh, I think that might have been Tyndall got into the side of Law, and then into the wall he went. Meanwhile, back up front, Michael Chase has chased down Stan Hammonds. Trying to make a move on the inside. Hammonds going defensive, trying to force Chase. A little tighter line on the inside. Hammonds able to get back in the throttle a little quicker there. Have a look back here from Hammonds. See Lemke actually going to make the move around Chase, get himself up into second place. So Brian Lemke up into second. That's a positive gain position for him. Michael Chase going to be down 1 spot. Into the final corner they go. Hammonds tight up against the wall, holding it as tight as he can. Lemke defensive as well, and behind Chase looks to the inside. Mark Miller right there too as well. This pack goes all the way back to Roman Bykoff, the final car in this pack. On board here with Bykoff, you can see that lead pack up ahead. Stan Hammonds starting to break away from Lemke though. Chase going to try and make the move on the inside of Lemke, take that position back. He's going to get it. Lemke going to cycle back down to third place. Into the fountain they come. Pack of Angry Bees in and around the fountain. Michael Chase now, his job is to try and chase down Stan Hammonds. We'll see if he's able to do it. We got a moment here. Let's see if we can see what happened to Kent Kruger in this whole incident. So it looks like Kent got through it okay. A little rub with Sean Teeter. Oh, just got caught at the last second when he thought he was going to get by. Not sure if that was Teeter's front bumper that caught him or if it was the rear bumper of Aaron Law when he came out. But let's take a look here now at what happened to Jonathan Cooper and I believe Corey Mitchell at the end of that lap. So Coop, the red car with the black stripes up ahead, heading into the final corner. Oh, he got hit from behind. The 410, I think that was. If I can read that number correctly. Into the back of Cooper, spins him around. And then a whole mess of cars getting wrapped up there. I'm not sure if that was Caleb Aguilar. Let's see here. It was Caleb Aguilar. Came in there. Just got into the back of Cooper. A little overzealous heading into the final corner, unfortunately. Hammond still leading the way, though, over Chase. Chase trying to find a way around. Lemke looking racy, too, as well, trying to find a way. See them duck, dodge, diving, and dodging up there. A little bit of dodgeball. Lemke holding on to third place. Where he qualified was up in second place periodically. So he was able to move back up. Welcome into the chat, Matt Adkins. Sky Lounge is on top. Sky Lounge 1 and 3 right now. The third Sky Lounge machine of Jonathan Cooper, though, unfortunately involved in an incident early on. He's fallen down the pack. But Michael Chase trying to chase down Hammonds up front. Still fairly status quo. Let's go a little farther back here. Sam Swan battling with Philip Poole, the Castro machine on the inside of Swan. The Pabst Blue Ribbon machine of Poole to the outside. We'll hold on to that spot. See him working the wheel heading out of turn 6 and 7. Into the tricky turn 8. Looks like Poole going to hold on to that position now. See what kind of run Swan gets up in the backside. He can look to the inside. He's going to make that move stick. Now, is Poole going to fight back? No, he's going to give up that position. Sam Swan now up into 10th place. Spencer Beaudoin next on his list up ahead. Beaudoin is the black and green car. Oh, it was Beaudoin we saw go up the inside of Kent Kruger into turn 1. That was the car that passed about 4 up on the inside into turn 1. Or I guess that's turn 3 actually. But just up ahead of them, we got Caleb Aguilar, the car that we saw get into the back of Jonathan Cooper. He's got Aaron Sunday to his rear bumper. Sunday looking to the outside. Can he make this move happen before turn 3? Looks like he is. Aguilar's going to back out. That's going to move Aaron Sunday up into 7th place. He puts him as our top AM driver right now. Let's head back up front. Check on that lead battle. Hammond's still leading the way. Michael Chase in tow. Something happened to Brian Lemke, though. He's fallen down to 6th place. See if we can pick up what happened to him here in a moment. Here we go. Lemke, the black machine. Mark Miller to his inside. Into turn 2. Oh, Lemke just tags it. Well, oh, man. Miller, nowhere to go for Miller, right into the side of him. That was unfortunate there for Lemke. It looks like Miller actually took the worst of that. Spencer Beaudoin, though, has caught that battle, up ahead of him. On board here with Beaudoin. He's got Aguilar and Sunday up ahead. Sunday currently holding down 7th place. Caleb Aguilar in 8th. Spencer Beaudoin in 9th. Down the front straight they go. So back here, Joseph Marr up 2 positions, taking advantage of that contact between Mark Miller and Brian Lemke. That wall right there is the wall that we saw Lemke tag not too long ago. Let's head a little further back here. Uwe Hale, Joshua Smith. Joshua Smith came into this race with the 2nd position in the AM points, battling Kent Kruger. Luckily for Smith, Kruger involved in a little bit of an incident early on in this one. He's dropped back, but not too far back as Smith. Smith in 14th place, Kruger in 17th place. But right now, Joshua Smith battling with Uwe Hale. Uwe Hale up ahead. Ooh, a little wide through turn 5. It cost Uwe Hale a little bit of time. We'll see if Joshua Smith tries to make the move into turn 6. Not close enough to really get onto the brakes, but he's going to keep the mirrors occupied here if Uwe Hale try and force a mistake. Let's go on board here with Joshua Smith as they work themselves down the back straight in between turn 8 and 9. Smith falling a little farther back. That was a nice exit by Uwe Hale, able to open up that gap a little bit into turn 9. Utilizing the inside curb. Smith a little hesitant getting back into the throttle. Since he's a little nervous through this section, doesn't want to lose the back end, but going to dive it deep under the brakes into turn 11, really closing that gap up. Now it's a drag race down the front straight Let's see here if Uwe Hale able to hold off the charge from Joshua Smith into turn 2. Smith showing the nose to the outside. So he's going to try and make the move. Smith diving to the inside. Looks like Uwe Hale going to back out. Give it to him. Oh, Smith compromised his entrance in that corner. Really had to back out of the throttle. Uwe Hale recognized it though. Backed into the throttle too as well. Didn't want to get into the back of him. Back in front to our leaders. On board we were with Stan Hammonds. Let's go into the cockpit here. Got Stan in the bottom right corner, working his way down. Started from pole. He's held onto the lead here. Michael Chase been trying to put some pressure on Hammonds. So far, ice in his veins has Stan Hammonds. Tight into the final corner. As close to that wall as you can possibly get. Michael Chase 6/10 back now from Hammonds. He's going to get a little bit of draft, but shouldn't really get enough draft to make the overlap really worth the dive into turn 2 here. We'll see if he attempts it, but turn 1. I guess they don't actually call turn 1 anymore. That little kink on the right hand side, but Hammond's going to lead the way. Chase is going to close that gap a little bit, but Stan Hammonds right now able to hold the pressure from Chase, although Chase getting real tight now. See him working left and right, trying to force a mistake from Hammonds up onto the curb. See how much of the curb he uses here heading into turn 5. Both of them cut it well. Oh, Michael Chase's car, the rear end just dancing around there. Let's go on board here with Michael Chase. See how aggressive he's getting here behind the wheel. Trying to cut it as tight as he can into that inside wall. Lets the car breathe out to the right. Down the back stretch they go. This is the 8th time down. Oh, Hammond's heavy hit on that outside wall. Not sure if that's going to cause him a little bit of damage, but doesn't seem to have lost him any time. He actually looked like he even opened up the gap a little bit over Michael Chase. Not sure if Chase saw that coming and backed out of the throttle a little bit, but Hammond's still leading the way. Got Corey Mitchell still nursing that car around with no front end, trying to make a move on Philip Poole. I'm going to go on a limb here and say that I think every week we've seen Corey Mitchell without a front bumper at some point in time. It's a little unsettling though. Philip Poole blinks out for about 3 seconds on the back straight. Corey Mitchell to the inside. Looks like Mitchell going to take that position away to move him up into 11th, second in M class. So Corey involved in that incident early on with Jonathan Cooper, Caleb Aguilar heading out of this final corner. So he's able to gather back up though. We got a car off on the right hand side. I'm not sure who that was. Way off there. Brian Lemke, I think it was. Lemke really trying to nurse that car back. Oh, he's going to tag the wall heading into the pits. So rough race for Lemke. Joshua Smith starting to pull away from Uwe Hale. Saw them battling not long ago. Caleb Aguilar currently leading Spencer Bodway, Aaron Sunday up ahead. It's a battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th overall. Aaron Sunday still our top-ranked AM driver. It's a nice race for him right now. Philip Poole blinking out. Thought he was falling down the field, but it was just a connection issue for him. Looks like something happened to the Coors Lightning machine of Roman Bykoff. See him, he's following Lemke and Miller. Oh, contact Lemke and Bykoff. Send Bykoff into the wall. He's going to wait for some traffic to go by. He'll get back in the throttle, but explains to us why Lemke's had such a rough race tonight. We saw him bail on that final corner, let Corey Mitchell by. And then let's see what happened here as he entered pit road. Oh, no steering in that car, just couldn't get it turned and right into the wall he went. So that gives you an idea of what kind of rough race here Brian Lemke's had. Back in front though, Stan Hammonds still leading over Michael Chase. Chase been unable to find a way around Hammonds. These two drivers started on the front row and they've stayed that way so far. just over 5 minutes to go in this one. Ken Hammonds hold on. So give us maybe 2.5, possibly 3 laps. We'll have to see what time is left next time they cross the line. But it's going to be close. At least 2 laps, maybe 3 laps left to go to battle for these 2 drivers. Let's go back to this battle here. Aaron Sunday still leading the way. 4-car pack with Sunday, Aguilar, Baudouin, and Sam Swan, the final car in this pack. Oh, Aaron Sunday's going to lose the back end. That's going to promote Aguilar up into 6th place, Baudouin into 7th, and Sam Swan in 8th place. Aaron Sunday going to get his car turned back around, but that's unfortunate for him. Not only does he lose 4 spots, but it also puts him now only 2 seconds up on Corey Mitchell, the 2 AM class drivers. See if Corey's able to chase him down. He's driving a wounded car without a front bumper. So far, some pretty strong pace still from Mitchell with that front bumper missing. Mark Miller and Joseph Meyer battling it out. I'm actually surprised Miller still able to put in the lap times he can with that heavily hammered front end. Now remember, that was from Brian Lemke when he got into the tire wall at this corner right here, turn 1. So it's actually quite impressive. Miller able to still put in the lap times he can with that damage. On board, Michael Chase. Almost identical lap times last time by these 2 drivers. See Hammond's letting the car kind of slide out through turn 5 into 6. So work their way down the back stretch now. We saw Hammonds nail that outside wall a number of times. Able to keep it off the wall this time. Chase trying to utilize a little bit of draft. Hammonds going defensive on the inside here. Michael Chase gonna have to go the long way around. He wants to make this pass work. So trying to set Hammonds up for the over-under here through the final corner. Hammonds defensive. That's going to compromise his exit though. See what kind of run Michael Chase gets down the front stretch here, as they're going to cross with 17:20 to go. That's going to give us 2 more laps. Hammonds leading the way. Can Chase find a way around? Hammonds going to go defensive. And force Michael Chase to go the long way around if he wants to make that move. Chase not ready to commit yet. Knows he still has another lap, another chance to make that move into turn 1. It's excellent driving here between these 2 drivers. Oh, Chase way up on the curb out of turn 4. It's going to cost him a couple tenths. Excellent defensive driving by Hammonds. Excellent attacking by Chase. Not throwing any lunges or dive bombs yet. We never know what will happen on the last lap. But right now, these 2 drivers looking comfortable up front. Top 4 again will invert for race number 2, heat number 2. Down the back stretch they go. See if Michael Chase tries to make the move here now into turn 9. So he's content to stay tucked in behind right now. We're getting the white flag this time by with less than a minute and a half to go. We're running a minute 34 lap time, so time for 1 more lap, and this will be it. Ooh, almost a brush of that outside wall by Hammonds. A little squirrely out of that corner for Michael Chase. They get the lap car of Sean Teeter up ahead. See if he becomes a factor on this lap. Here we go, last time by for these 2 drivers. Hammond's going to lead them into turn 1. Will Michael Chase make the move? He looks to the outside. It's a long way around to go to take this. Oh, Hammonds gets loose. The turn 1 tags the wall, holds onto it though. Chase unable to capitalize on that mistake. Now, did Hammonds do any damage to that car? It looks okay so far. Michael Chase smelling blood in the water. Let's see if he can try and find a way around Hammonds here. Only a couple more opportunities to do it. They make a move into turn 5 and 6. No. Hammond's going to lead the way through turn 6. Turn 7 coming up, and then we got the short straight between turn 8 and 9. Ooh, sound like Chase got into that inside wall. That's going to compromise his exit speed. It's going to give Hammonds a nice run. That's going to open up about 8/10 now. So barring any mistake by Stan Hammonds, he should be able to wrap up heat number 1. One more corner to go here. Michael Chase going to be stuck in second place. Hammond looks like he's going to take top spot for heat number 1. They will invert in race number 2. Let's go farther back here. Baudouin trying to find a way around Aguilar on the last lap. This is the battle for 6th place. Caleb Aguilar goes to the inside. Ooh, flirting with a slow drown on the inside there for Aguilar. See if Baudouin can try and make the move. Sam Swan right there too as well. To go on board here with Sam Swan. Oh, alternate lines. I think Baudouin going to try and get through there. Spencer Baudouin going to make the move on the inside. He's trying. Aguilar looks like he get to the line first. The drag race not quite enough time for Spencer Baudouin to take that position away. Jonathan Cooper, Juan Colmenero. Looks like Coop going to be able to hold off Colmenero here. Battle for 14th place as they head to the line. And across they go. Cooper, after that first lap incident, he's going to find himself back into 14th place. Sean Teeter, Kent Kruger, a couple drivers involved in that incident too as well. Kent had to come in and get his spare car out. He'll be looking to have a much better performance in race number 2. Again, came in leading the AM Championship. Sean Teeter power drifting through the final corner. I think Teeter should be one of our final drivers to finish up here. Let it all hang out. Dylan Foster, he goes across the line. And Teeter will make this one official. There it is. All right, let's take a look at our official final results. Stan Hammonds takes top spot over Michael Chase. There we go. Mark Miller, Joseph Marr, and Rowan Bykoff round out your top 5. Caleb Aguilar, Spencer Baudouin, Sam Swan, Aaron Sunday, and Corey Mitchell round out your top 10. Philip Poole, Joshua Smith, Uwe Yale, John Cooper, and Juan Colmenero round out your top 15. With Kent Kruger, Sean Teeter, Michael Schmidt, Dylan Foster, Brian Lemke rounding out your top 20. And then we've got Tyndall, Law, Byfield, and King rounding out the used car parking lot at the back of the grid. So that'll do it for race number 1. Let's bring in Stan Hammonds here, our race 1 winner. Stanimal, you started on pole. You were able to hold off Michael Chase, but that last lap, you got a little squirrely into turn 1, and it looks like you might have thrown it all the way there, but you were able to stay out just ahead.
Oh, there I am. Hello. Sorry, it took a second to connect to the Discord. I'm here.
Did you catch anything I said?
Not at all.
Oh, you led it from green. You started on pole, led it from green. You almost threw it away there the last lap into turn 1, but you're able to hold off Michael Chase. What happened there in the start of the final lap? Were you just a lapse in concentration there, or just trying to defend him?
No, I was very, very concentrated. I was extremely focused, but he was so close, and we were both pushing. Like I could never let up the whole race. I was qualifying pace the entire race, and when he was close to me into 1 on the last lap, I tried to go just a little bit deeper, and there was nothing left. I couldn't go any deeper and have any grip. So I thought for sure when I touched the tire barrier that I was going to be done for, but was somehow able to keep it going. I didn't see, did he also have any issues in that corner, or was that just me? Because I was all over the place.
He got a tiny bit loose as well. I'm not sure if it was just in reaction to you hitting the wall, but on the back half of the lap, what is it, turn 8, I think it is, heading onto the back stretch, he clipped that inside wall. And you're able to open up a little bit of a gap. But you're going to start 4th for race number 2. That means you're going to be behind Chase, behind Brian Lemke, and sorry, actually, no, hold on here. It was yourself, Chase, Miller, and Bykoff, I believe, are the top 4. So what do you think your chances are moving around them early on here? I know you and Michael Chase had a nice battle. You think you're going to have what it takes to get around them?
Well, I hope so. We had a pretty big lead. Me and Michael, or Michael and I, we had a pretty big lead built up that I think was due to Lemke having an issue and kind of stretching the field out. I don't know what everybody else's pace is like. It's just so hard to pass at this track, and I hope so. You know, starting with a car in front of you is going to make it considerably harder, and I may end up having to follow Michael through. But we'll see, man. It's I struggled all through practice, and I feel like I got lucky on my qualifying time, and it paid off in the long run. It's like Monaco, you know, you start on pole and you really have to screw it up to give it away. So hopefully we can figure it out here.
Excellent stuff, Stanimal. We'll keep an eye on you here for race 2. It's time to grid, so best of luck.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Talk to you in a bit.
Later. That was race 1 winner Stanimal Hammonds to start in 4th place. Again, drivers will start where they finished last time. Top 4 will invert, so that means Joseph Marr, sorry, not Rowan Bykoff. Joseph Marr going to start on pole, with Mark Miller to his outside. Michael Chase in position number 3. Stan Hammonds in 4. And the rest of the field, again, going to start where they finished off. So another 20-minute race coming your way. Same setup as last time. All of our drivers will get a quick repair given back again to them, should they need it. Points, again, I should point out, are doled out based on your finishing position in class. So if you are a mid-pack Larry driver, which is our AM class, or the Going Pros, you don't necessarily need to really battle with the other class, as you don't really have a whole lot to gain there by doing that. You're going to get the same points either way. So that's why you may see the odd driver pull over and let another car through if they're in a different class versus battling them. So just a bit of a courtesy out there. On board with the pace car. Again, we're going to start single file to try and alleviate any carnage through the final corner. We saw the first race, it did alleviate any incidents in the final corner, but unfortunately by the time we got down to turn 1, it all happened again anyways. Kent Kruger was involved, Sean Teeter, Aaron Law, so we'll see if those drivers are able to get through. They're starting a little farther back in the pack this time. Kruger going to be starting in 16th place, Sean Teeter in 17th, Aaron Law in 21st, Corey Mitchell and Jonathan Cooper, 2 other drivers saw get wrapped up in an incident early on as well. They'll be looking to improve on last race's performance. Joseph Marr, Mark Miller going to lead them to green flag. Miller got his car repaired. He's back out there. All right, here we go into turn 1. Here comes the field of angry bees down the front straight. Hammonds trying to make the move up on the outside, 3 wide into turn 1. Michael Chase going to try and make it 3 wide in the back. Oh, Mark Miller gets tagged in the back by Michael Chase, but they're going to carry on. Joseph Marr gets up in the top spot. Miller there. Hammonds moves up into 30, so he's gotten around Michael Chase. See if they renew their battle here. They've still got two more drivers, to get around the top spot. Let's go a little farther back in the field. Looked like this time everybody got through turn 1. Nice work by our field. Excellent stuff. You hate seeing drivers lose out in the first lap, first corner that is. Looks like Brian Lemke actually gridded up, heard on the mic, sounded like he was going to go watch some football instead, but he's back in it. He's got some battling to do, get himself up front. Corey Mitchell, our top right AM driver right now, just ahead of Aaron Sunday. It's like Caleb Aguilar on the inside, slow, letting a number of cars through. Not sure if you got to slow down there, maybe cut too close, turn 5, but the battle's up front. On board here with Stan Hammonds. Trying to chase down Mark Miller, Joseph Marr up ahead. Through turn 11 they go, first time by. Michael Chase and Hammonds right there looking to pounce on Maher and Miller. Looks like Rowan Bykoff already with some damage on the front end of that car. Front end looking a little smooshed. Sam Swan got himself up 2 spots into 6th place. Nice race start for him. He's got Spencer Bodway in behind. Joseph Barr going to lead him around to start lap number 2 into turn 1. He goes up and on the curb. He's going to keep it off the wall and into the fountain. Top 4 starting to break away from the rest of the pack. I've looked back here from Joseph Barr, Mark Miller in tow, Hammonds there, Chase there. Bykoff falling back off this pack now. 4-car breakout. Long Beach, not a particularly draft-heavy track. A couple straightaways where you get a little bit of draft, but not like we saw last week at Road Atlanta or to start the season off at Watkins Glen. You lose the draft with the cars up ahead of you. It makes it really difficult to really try and chase them back in. So see here how long Barr can lead this pack around. Oh, Miller almost into that inside wall. That puts Hammonds right on his rear bumper. See if Hammond's going to make the move. He's almost pushing Mark Miller down the straight. So this 4-car pack more content to try and break away from everybody else at this point in time. Hammonds fakes the inside move through turn 10. Oh, Marr going to lose it in the final quarter. He's going to have to wait for the majority of the pack through. Oh, he almost came right back out in front of Caleb Aguilar. There goes Cooper. Teeter through Kruger. Schmidt. Oh, he's going to fall all the way back to 16th place. Oh, Aaron Law gets tagged in the final corner. It's going to spin him around. He's going to tow. Jonathan Cooper again with no bumper on the front of that car. Let's see if we can find out what happened to Jonathan Cooper. It looks like Joshua Smith and it's into as well. Let's see if maybe this is where Cooper lost his bumper. Cooper is in right behind him. Smith in the black car. Oh, he's going to lose it in the turn 1. Heavy off Tyro. Oh, yeah, Cooper right there. Nowhere to go. And the front bumper going to come off Jonathan Cooper's car. Josh Smith losing a ton of positions. He's going to tow. Fortunate for him. Came in 2nd place in AM. Hammonds got himself out front. Michael Chase too as well. I'll take a look and see how that happened when we were taking a look at the replays. But Hammonds and Chase back out front. They're going to renew the battle. See if Michael Chase has found something here. Oh, heavy into the wall, the inside wall from Michael Chase. Now, did Michael Chase learn something from race 1? Did he find a weakness for Hammonds? Somewhere to make a move around the inside here to get up front? We'll have to wait and see. Mark Miller in tow too as well. So he was able to capitalize on that spin from Joseph Marr. It's allowed Bykoff to get back up into this battle too as well. Sam Swan, Spencer Bodway lurking in behind too as well. Corey Mitchell got himself up there as well, lurking in the background. Down the front stretch, it's going to start lap number 3 into turn 1. We'll watch them go through the fountain, then we'll take a look back and see how Hammonds and Chase got themselves up front. Looks like Michael Chase not going to make a move into turn 1. Oh, I say that. He dives in on the inside late. Going to feed back out. Just trying to force a mistake by Hammonds. Doesn't do it. Actually had to give a little extra tap of the brakes there by Chase into turn 1, not to lose it into the wall. Let's take a look here and see how Michael Chase and Stan Hammonds got around Mark Miller. Into turn 1, Hammonds pulls out. You take the inside line. He's going to take that position away. Michael Chase capitalizing too as well. It's like Chase takes that spot away through the fountain. So there it is. That's how our top 2 from race 1 got themselves back up front, but Hammonds pulling away from Michael Chase. Not the lap right now that Michael Chase was envisioning. He's got Mark Miller hunting in behind. This pack now goes back to Spencer Bodway in 6th place. And then only a small gap to Corey Mitchell. We see Bodway just up ahead trying to make the move on Sam Swan, the inside into turn 9. He's going to make that spot up. Swan trying to fight back the inside. Bodway a little loose through that corner. Had to collect the car back up. Able to get it back under him. Bermuda kid in chat. How is Corey in AM? He's literally a hitman. Corey was demoted to AM this season after insufficient finishes last season in the pro class. Comes into this one like 7th or 8th in points. So Corey not having a strong season so far. Got himself top spot in AM right now. though in 7th place. He's got Aaron Sunday, the next AM driver, in behind him. So we'll see here if Corey able to try and open up a gap between he and Sunday. Up front, though, there is a driver opening up a gap. Stan Hammonds now 1.2 seconds over Michael Chase. Chase having to do more defending than being able to go on the offensive, but he's starting to pull away from Mark Miller. So we'll see now if he can focus forward, trying to reel back in Hammonds. We got a battle a little farther back here between Philip Poole, Kent Kruger, and Joseph Barr. Barr, we saw, started this one on pole, unfortunately spun on lap 3, falling back to 14th place. Now in a battle with Kent Kruger and Philip Poole. Kruger looking up the inside of Poole, tried to show the nose. Oh, Poole gets into the wall. They pile up. Kent Kruger getting the worst of that. He was the meat in the sandwich, nowhere to go. Philip Poole got into the wall, and almost like that car stopped. Michael Schmidt going to try and take advantage, though, on the inside. Kent Kruger going to send it deep into the corner. He's going to get slowed down, but that car hurting on the front end for Kent Kruger. See if he pulls in to go pick up his spare car. It looks like Kent going to go and around another lap. He's going to try it out, see how bad that car is hurt, but what a collision there. Speaking of collisions up front, Jonathan Cooper still driving without that front bumper. He's got Caleb Aguilar and Brian Lemke in tow. Lemke throws it deep into turn 1, almost gets into the back of Coop. Aguilar looks to the inside, but Lemke able to hold that spot off and defend it. Man, we got things are going off here in race number 2. Michael Schmidt still trying to find a way around Kent Kruger. Kent with a heavily damaged front end of that car, hurting unit here. See if Schmidt able to capitalize on the higher speed sections of the track. Looks like Joseph Marr. Looks like this car actually not too bad for Marr. See if we can take a look here. See, a little bit of damage on the front end there of Marr, but overall, not too bad in general. Head a little farther up front, Rowan Bykoff, Spencer Bodway battling out. Bykoff almost into the left side wall. Coors Lightning Machine looking a little loose out there. Bodway looks up the inside, knows enough to keep it off of the back corner. Doesn't want to spin Bykoff around. They're going to battle down the front straight into turn 1. Bodway not close enough to make a move. So you have to try and close that gap a little more before he can make a move into the inside of Bykoff. Corey Mitchell now leading this pack of Aaron Sunday, Jonathan Cooper, Brian Lemke, and Caleb Aguilar. It's a battle for 7th place all the way back to 11th. Have a look back here from Mitchell's trunk lid. It's Aaron Sunday getting loose out of turn 4. Up and over the curbing. Cooper looking to his right side. You have to do the long way around. He's going to make that pass stick. Cooper trying to get late on the brakes. He's going to make that move. Lemke going through too as well. Sunday going to lose 2 spots in that corner. Suboptimal corner for Aaron Sunday. We'll see if he's able to fight back. It's like Caleb Aguilar going to move through there too as well. Oh man! Spencer Bodway is around in the wall. That's going to cost him a ton of spots. Somebody drive Sam Swan driving with the hood up. I'm not sure how he has any idea where he's going right now. There we go. There's what Sam Swan is looking at. I suspect we're going to see him die. Oh, the hood's coming down. Let's see if it pops back up here. I've never seen the hood actually come back down once it's been up. Oh man, iRacing physics, or crash physics for the win there on that one. That was the best. I've never seen the hood come back down. Normally once it's up, it's stuck up like that and you gotta pull into the pits, but well done, Sam Swan. Corey Mitchell looking to the inside. He's gonna take that spot away. Lemke looking to capitalize too as well as they come through. Cooper got around Mitchell. He's going to try and run away with it. Oh, Corey Mitchell backing out again, losing a couple spots. I'm not sure why Corey's so slow through this section. This car isn't really all that damaged. Aaron Sunday off on the wall, but let's see if we can try and see what happened to Spencer Bodway here. So Bodway, the green and black car, looks like it might have been a self-spin heading into turn 8. Oh, just came in a little too hot, lost it back into the tire wall. Oh man, Sam Swan nowhere to go through there. Thankfully, the rest of the field was able to get through there. That could have been a heck of a traffic jam. Up front, Stan Hammond's getting some pressure now. Michael Chase, Mark Miller, Rowan Bykoff are there. Oh, Hammond's getting loose out of the final corner. That's going to compromise his run down the front straight. We got 7.5 minutes to go in this one. Let's take a look back here from Hammonds. See if Michael Chase makes a move. Utilizing the draft. I think he is. There it is. Moving to the inside. Hammond's going to have to go defensive around the outside. Looks like Michael Chase might have this position. Oh, Hammond's going to try and close him off. He might lose 2 positions. Mark Miller looking up the inside too as well. Hammond's going to have to fight back into the fountain corner. He'll have the inside through the next couple corners. See if Miller can hold on. He's not. He's going to fall back. Bykoff looking up the inside now. He's going to take a spot away from Mark Miller. Rowan Bykoff inserting himself into this battle for top spot. Michael Chase now up front. Now we'll see if Hammonds can find a way to chase him down. For 33 minutes of this 40-minute two-heat battle, Michael Chase has been trying to find a way around Stan Hammonds. He's finally made it happen into turn 1. Now can he keep that position? Let's go on board here with the Hammonds. See Stan working the wheel in the bottom corner. Looking fairly calm for the most part. A little biting in the lip there into the final corner, but overall still trying to put some pressure on. Let's go back. Kent Kruger, Michael Schmidt just ahead of him. Kent still nursing that damaged car. He's got damage on the back, damage on the front. Car actually looks like it's been in a destruction derby versus a race here. It's about 6 inches shorter overall length of that MAZDA for Kent Kruger. On board here with Kruger, you see him down on top speed on the front straight. That's really where he's going to notice that damage the most. Not able to utilize the full draft off Michael Schmidt up ahead. Sam Swan somehow still driving that. I don't know how that thing is still running up ahead. But he's got Joseph Marr and Michael Schmidt in behind. That's the lap car of Poole in between the Pabst Blue Ribbon machine. Up ahead of them, Corey Mitchell has been able to hold off Aaron Sunday. That's a battle in AM class. Top spot, Caleb Aguilar, one of our pro drivers, in behind. He's not battling these 2 drivers for points, but he is battling John Cooper and Brian Lemke, who are just ahead of these 2. So we'd love to get around them and try and chase them down up ahead. But Lemke himself's gotten around Cooper. Cooper with that damaged front end. Lemke up 15 spots. So had a rough race in race number 1. Nice recovery race here for Lemke right now. Up 15 positions. So nice showing by him. Mark Miller, though, 7.5 seconds down the road. Unfortunately, Lemke is probably going to hit the wall of positions he's going to be able to gain. But Michael Chase can lead them across the line for lap 11. Hammond's in tow. Let's see here now. Hammond's going to try and make the move on the outside of Michael Chase. It's going to be a battle of the late breakers here. Chase trying to fight back on the inside. Hammond's going to take it deep. Drag race into the fountain. Hammond's back up front. Bykoff trying to take advantage too as well. He's going to get up and around Michael Chase, utilizing the fountain curbing. Michael Chase losing 2 spots. Oh man, into the back corner of Bykoff, into the wall. They take that position back. It's going to cycle Bykoff back to 3rd place. Mark Miller right there too as well. Bykoff now going to try and fight back on the outside. It's a tough ask in through that corner. Chase can hold on to that position, but while they duke it out in behind, that's going to allow Hammonds to get a nice gap up ahead. 2.3 seconds now. It's exactly what he wants to see in his mirrors. Michael Chase not loving what's happening behind him. He wants to try and chase down Stan Hammonds up ahead, but having to deal with Bykoff and Miller. Bykoff unable to make the move on the inside, up on the curbs. Those curbs can unsettle these Mazdas very easy. You can lose the back end fairly quick, so he's got to be cautious how much of that curbing he uses. But out of the final corner they go. Bykoff not quite able to get back into the throttle as quick as he can. I thought Mark Miller might have been out of touch for Brian Lemke, but while they battle, he's really closing that gap now. He's taking 2.5 seconds off them this lap. He's got Jonathan Cooper in tow. Coop, if he can stay tucked in behind Lemke, even with that damage on the front end in the draft, he'll be able to work well. But moving to the outside. Oh no, Michael Chase. Something's happened to Michael Chase up ahead. Bykoff moved to the outside here. Let's see what happened into turn one. Oh, Chase just came in too late on the brakes. Oh, he got it woed up, but going to cost him a ton of time. He's going to have to Austin Powers it back around. He's going to fall all the way back to 9th place. Oh man, what could have been for Michael Chase. Fortunately for him, but that's going to give Stan Hammonds a death grip on the lead right now. 3.6 seconds ahead of Roman Bykoff. So right now, Stan Hammonds just has to bring it home with 1.5 minutes to go. It'll be one more lap this time by. Bykoff leads Mark Miller. Lemke now up into 4th place via that mistake by Chase. So a little farther back here, Aguilar trying to chase down Corey Mitchell, who's able to get around Aaron Sunday. Unsuccessful getting around Corey Mitchell at this point in time. Going to look to the inside, not close enough to make that move. Spot back here, Kent Kruger, battle of the damaged cars. This is your auction house racing here right now. The cars you might go and find at the auction to try and salvage and rebuild, put them on back on track. That's what these two cars are right now. Kent Kruger going to make the move around Sam Swan for the junk car special. They're going to head across the line, start their final lap. Look at those things. CarMax, would you like to offer a price on these two machines? Let's head back to the battle for 2nd place here. Roman Bykoff currently leading the way over Mark Miller. Miller running out of chances and opportunities to try and take that 2nd spot away. See Hammonds off in the distance up ahead, 3 seconds ahead. Looks like Hammonds kind of backed out of it a little bit. Not pushing the envelope, doesn't want to make a mistake, bring the car home clean. Jonathan Cooper in behind, battling with Lemke. I'm actually surprised Coop able to keep up with the front end missing. As long as he can stay in Lemke's toe, he can be competitive, but up front, Stan Hammonds into the final corner. He's going to make it back-to-back wins here at Long Beach. Across the line he goes. Stan Hammonds going to be your winner back-to-back. Out of the final corner, Roman Bykoff going to lead Mark Miller to the line. Jonathan Cooper going to lead Brian Lemke, but Corey Mitchell trying to hold off Caleb Aguilar. Across the line they go. Corey going to bring home 6th place top spot in AM. Michael Chase going to come home in 9th place. What could have been for him? Joseph Marr going to come home in 10th. What could have been for him too as well? Kent Kruger going to win the battle of junk cars here in 11th place. Louis Hale going to bring it home in 15th place. Joshua Smith, rough race for him too as well. Joshua came into this one battling with Kent in the AM Championship standings. Going to lose a couple points to Kent Kruger. I believe he was tied with Uwe Hale too as well, who's going to finish just ahead of him. So we've just got a couple drivers left to finish up, and then we'll have official results. So again, next week we'll be heading to Okayama, same time, same place. Or if you're fun Mazda driving. If you're interested in joining the league, you'll find their Discord in the description. They're always accepting drivers. They're open to all skill levels. You have ranges of drivers from, what do we got? What's the lowest ranking in here? 1.2 I rating in this room, all the way up to 5.0. So plenty of skill level range. Basically somebody for everybody to battle here this evening. But there we go. It's going to make that one official. Stan Hammond's back-to-back wins. Mark Miller in second place. Roman Bykoff rounding out the podium. Brian Lemke, John Cooper rounding out your top 5. Corey Mitchell, your top AM driver. Caleb Aguilar in 7th. Aaron Sunday, second place in AM class. Michael Chase and Joseph Mara round out your top 10. Kent Kruger rounds out the podium in AM. Sam Swan in 12th. Juan Colmenero in 13th. Michael Schmidt, Uwe Hale, Joshua Smith, Philip Poole, Dylan Foster, Spencer Bodway, and Sean Teeter going to round out your top 20 drivers. Aaron Law in 21st. Derek Tyndall, Juan Pablo Byfield, Chris King. Unfortunately, none of those 3 drivers made it to the grid. They were stuck in the garage, and better luck next week. Let's bring in our back-to-back race winner, Stan Hammonds. Stanimal, you had to work a little bit for that one. Stanimal, do you have us?
Okay, I'm finally connected. Hello.
Stanimal, back-to-back wins. You had to work a little bit for that second one, though.
Yeah, honestly, that one was more fun than the first race. The first race, I was just so on edge, fighting with Michael, or defending Michael, really, the entire race, it felt like. And this race, I actually got to, make some passes and sort of swap positions with guys, make decisions, about whether or not to go side by side into a corner or not. And this one was fun. This was really good racing up at the front for pretty much the whole race. I don't know what happened on like lap 11 or lap 10 or something, because we were all just swapping places through the fountain, and I ended up in front. And then everybody was gone. Like everybody was 3 seconds back. So I was enjoying the race. I kind of wish we could have kept it going, but I'm glad I was where I was when it happened.
There was a little bit of contact between Bykoff and Michael Chase, and that kind of set them all back a little bit. So that's where that gap came from. But well done. You started 4th. You were able to take advantage of Joseph Mara's mistake, and then it looked like you and Michael both capitalized on Mark Miller into turn 1, and then really there was no looking back from there. But it was a heck of a race up and down the field. You really had to work for that one. But were you worried at all that you might not be able to get back up front?
Yeah, especially once Michael, because Michael was in front of me there for a lap or 2 or something, and yeah, when he got in front of me, it's like, golly, this guy's fast. I don't know if I can actually get around this guy because it's so hard to pass here, and really just kind of got lucky that I got alongside him. And I think I can't remember if it was Mark or Roman that followed me through. And like, I was able to take a corner. I was able to get to the apex of the fountain or something. And Michael had a guy to his right through there that followed me. It really disadvantaged him and allowed me to pull away from him because, it would have been, I don't know who would have won. If it would have been just heads up like the last race, then it could have been either of us that won. And just fortunate with the timing, fortunate with the position changes and who ended up where and when. Especially that last one where I got such a big advantage there towards the end. It was just right place, right time, because it could have been any of us that was in front there when it happened. So it was more fun and more luck involved in the second race for sure.
Yeah, it seemed to work out well for you, but congrats on the back-to-back win. We've got Corey Mitchell in the waiting room. We're going to pull him in here, and we'll say adios to Stan Hannemans. We'll see you back in probably about 2 weeks, I guess.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, something like that. So it'll be fun, man. Looking forward to it. Thanks for broadcasting, and yeah, make sure you rough Corey up real good for me.
Take care.
All right, see you, buddy.
That was our race winner, Stan Hammonds, back-to-back winner. Let's bring in our top AM driver tonight in the second race, Corey Mitchell. You had a much better race, race 2. Race 1, again, you ended up finishing the race with no front end.
Yeah, it seems to keep happening. I was kind of in a self battle with Kent there in practice. I think we were like 3 thousandths apart again, and about a tenth in qualifying. So he was kind of my goal. But then we come around the hairpin there in race one, and I see Coop's headlights facing me. Basically, just nowhere to go. But decided to keep going and had a decent finish.
Yeah, the cars seem to perform, I guess, okay. If you just lost the front bumper, we saw a number of cars in the first race, yourself with no front bumper, but a couple cars in the second race too as well. Still be able to be competitive. Jonathan Cooper was still able to battle Brian Lemke without his front bumper all that race too as well. So it didn't seem like, as long as you just lost the front bumper, the aero didn't seem to be damaged all that much. But we saw a couple of drivers driving around with the hood up at some point in time. But needless to say, Corey, probably not the season you envisioned when we went back to Mazda starting out with this one. How you feel heading into the rest of the season?
Oh, I don't really know where I stand in the championship, but so far it's been pretty fun. I think a little surprising that such small cars with low horsepower. It seems like we had twice as much carnage than we did in the GT4. So I was a little surprised at that, but that's just how Long Beach goes.
Yeah, small cars equal big fun. That's the way that
sure.
that's the way that works out. But before we let you go, Corey, anybody you want to give a shout out here?
How about Apex this admins? I feel like it's been a while since they've got a shout out.
Fair enough. They do the hard work in the background, adjudicating all the whining and protests in the background. We head to Okayama next week. Corey, you feeling fairly confident heading in there?
Yeah, that's always a fun track. Super tight, technical. The Mazdas ought to be a lot of fun there. The GT4s might be a little bit like a plow, but should still be fun.
Excellent stuff. Well, best of luck. Hopefully we see you back at the pointy end of the field again next week.
For sure. Have a good one.
Take care. That was our top AM driver, Corey Mitchell. Let's bring in Mark Miller. Mark, nice race there in the second race. You unfortunately lost a top spot in through turn one to Hammonds and Chase. They were able to move up underside of you, but you've been able to finish it strong. How do you feel it went overall?
I was pretty happy with tonight. That's the first two races I've finished yet this season. So, yeah, I'll take that for sure. I mean, I didn't fight them too much. I'm like, my fight's not really with you. I kind of let them by a little bit, and I just want to hang on to the back of them, which we pretty much did. It was the four of us, those two, and me and Roman, and it was a good race. And I thought, if they tangle and make a mistake, we'll see what happens. And they were definitely tangling, but never enough until Michael went. I don't know what happened when Michael went flying off the track, but yeah, it was great. It was a great race. It was fun. First one I thought was over when I was underneath Lemke's car, but the car kept going, so I kept going.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that it looked like you hit him really hard once you hit the wall there. Yeah. You were able to keep the pace that you had, and I think, would you finish in fourth? I think
third.
It was, or third. Yeah, the first race. Yeah. It was quite impressive. I just actually mentioned to Corey because he ended up with no bumper in race one, and Coop ended up with no bumper in race two. It seemed like if you just lost the front bumper, it seemed like the car was still somewhat okay. But if you got a little more damage than that, where you really kind of struggled. So you've had the Corey Mitchell season of finishes so far where it hasn't went so well. But
yeah,
we head to Okayama next week. That's one of the free tracks on iRacing, so everybody's usually fairly familiar with it. Are you a fan of Okayama, or is it a track that kind of turn your nose up at?
No, I like it. I don't mind it. We're doing a 24-hour race there come November, so it'll be good practice, and we're doing it in the Miatas. So yeah, it'll be good practice for that. So we'll see how it goes.
24 hours at Okayama sounds painful to me.
We'll see how that goes. It should be interesting. It's like Mazda's, G86s, and whatever. It's like 3 classes. I don't know. All the slow cars. 24-hour race. So
interesting. 24 hours of eye pain and headaches is what it sounds like to me. But
yeah, some rain.
Yeah, of course, throw some rain in there too as well.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, Mark, anybody you want to shout out here?
I would say, as always, yourself for all the great broadcast, and it's always the league and all the work they do.
Excellent stuff. We appreciate it. Best of luck next week to you, Mark. Hopefully you can build off your finishes here tonight. As you said, the first couple races didn't go your way, so hopefully this is the downside of the hill, and you're not pushing that rock uphill anymore.
Yeah, we hope so. Thank you.
Take care. So that was Mark Miller. Couple top finishes for him, second place and a third place finish. So a nice night for him, as you mentioned. Not the season he's envisioned so far. So that's going to wrap us up here at Long Beach. Next week we head to Okayama. So if you're interested in that, tune in. We will catch you next week. If you're looking for more Racer Nexus action, take a look at our schedule. As usual, we've got Apex that's Sunday nights this evening. Tomorrow night, you'll find us at the Production Car Challenge SOF race. Tuesdays, GT3 Throttle Freaks. Wednesdays is Next Gen Cup racing. And then actually that's the old schedule. There is no Thursday night racing, so you will not catch us on Thursday evening. Again, for Racer Nexus, I'm Rob Campbell. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you back same time, same place next week for some more Apex this Mazda Racing. Bye for now.